All right, Tim, another episode, but this time I'm in charge, okay?
Yeah, thank God. My hand, everybody can see my hands now. I'm not touching anything for real.
Hey, man, it's good to be back. I know you and me have had crazy traveling lives this year, basically.
Yeah.
But get ready to get this show started. I'm gonna kick it off with me solo with our guest, but you're gonna do your magic and you're gonna jump in.
I'll jump in at some point. And as I kind of look at the schedule moving forward, you know, we got when Davis comes out, it then becomes Masters Week, which is a big week, and then we've got after that, which is a big week for here for us on the islands. Got Heritage Week. We're in full swing with golf, and we'll talk about this in the closing. But May is Military Appreciation Month, and I
Yep.
don't know about you, but I am. I don't think I'm doing anything in April. I think I'm home for April, but May I'm back out on the road, and I think this year is a year of traveling for both of us. So it's we'll figure it out, and hopefully we'll catch each other on the road somewhere.
Hopefully, hopefully, but we'll talk more about that later.
Yeah. So why don't you take it away with what we got this week?
Yeah, let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Golfweek Amateur Tour proudly presents Golfweek Amateur Tour, the podcast, talking about all things Golfweek Amateur Tour, including interviews with tour directors, players, and course professionals. Now here are your hosts, Tim Newman and El Paso Las Cruces Tour Director, Chris Rocha.
All right, we're here. As you can tell, it's just me right now. Hopefully Tim is able to join us. You know, the life of a travel golfer slash podcaster slash book writer. Sometimes travel plans work, sometimes they don't, but we do the best we can to keep episodes up for you guys. So we'll just start it off pretty quick. And we have a guest on that we love to have on every time. He does give us great insight on rules, situations that may come up. And, it's just always great to have him on here. And it's been a while since we've had him. So we're going to go ahead and bring him in. Mr. Roger's Rules is what we call this segment. I like the hat. We're getting ready for Masters.
You got it. Guess where I got it from? I hate to admit it. Temu or whatever that pronounce that. Temu,
Oh, wow.
Temu?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was $2.99, but I'm happy with it. I won't
There you
admit
go.
that to anybody but you. Yeah.
Well, now everybody else is gonna know.
Yeah.
But how you been, man? It's been a
I'm doing
while.
great. Playing some golf, doing great. Weather's finally turned nice. We're going to be 70s and sunny all week here. Got a Stapleford tournament on Friday and another thing I play on, so I'm really excited about that. And before we go any further, look, I tried to make I've had this towel probably for 3 years. I've never used it, and I try to make it look for the tour here. So
There you go. I like it. I like
yes.
it.
Yep.
I mean,
I'm trying.
Stableford events are fun.
That's
They're
right. Oh yeah.
anybody can win those.
Oh yeah. And what's nice is they split it the front 9 and the back 9, so you have 2 chances to win. So
Nice.
it's nice. Yeah. So it's a good time.
That'll be cool.
Yep.
So let's hop right into it. I know it's been a while since we had you. Anything crazy come up that you might have seen or heard or text?
Well, how about something I actually experienced myself? Mr.
Okay.
Rules guy here, you'd think he knows the rules well enough, and I do. So we the Tidewater Tour had a tournament this past Sunday. We played on a Sunday, and I was playing a hole. And the funny thing was that me and the guy I was riding with, we are very similar in how we hit the ball off the tee. So we're very close to each other. We both hit nice drives. We drive up to the ball, and the 2 balls in the fairway. We both hit it in the fairway. And we see his, and we see another ball right next to it. And I just automatically, because we've been so close together all day long, assume it's my ball. It was a Titleist, and I did glance down on it. But as it turned out, it was somebody else's ball. And on
Oh
that
no.
hole, I actually had a great drive. It was like 30 yards ahead. So
Oh
what
no.
is that? Yeah. So that's a wrong ball.
Uh-huh.
So the other guy, he can come up and he's like, goes to my ball, which was like 30 yards ahead. And he's like, wait a second, this isn't mine. And I'm like, oh no. So luckily, we knew exactly where I had hit from. So what do you do in case of hitting a wrong ball?
Yeah.
Um, you have to play your own ball, first of all. You let the person know where that ball was originally if you hit the wrong ball. So I knew exactly it was 128 yards out. Um, so I was able to tell the other gentleman where he had to hit from. And I got to hit my ball. And wouldn't you know it, I hit it right on the green. And I made a par with that second ball, but two-stroke penalty. So a wrong ball, two-stroke penalty. We both had our balls marked and all that, but we were both playing Titleist Pro V1s. I just assumed it was mine when I saw it
Right.
and penalized myself two strokes. Yep. So that was not good. So and
So
at, yeah, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, so the other guy, because he gets to place the ball down and hit it, um, preferably you would hope that he would play like a provisional ball so you would know which one's the one that he hit opposed to the one that you hit towards the green.
Yeah, so I hit first, so he didn't have that, he didn't have to hit already because he noticed before he even hit that
Right.
that wasn't his ball. Yeah, so he
Right,
just
right.
went
No, but
back and
I'm
saw.
saying
Oh,
as far as so you can identify which ball he hit versus which of
oh
his
yeah,
ball you hit.
right. Yeah, yeah, and that was just bad choice on my yeah, and I almost made a birdie on the second. I was like, "Oh, maybe I'll even make, save a stroke," but no, I made a par on the second ball. So, and I can't remember the last time I did that myself. It's happened in tournaments that I played in and all, and my
Right.
regular golf buddies do it all the time, or not all the time, but it happens.
It
And
happens.
yeah, so two-stroke penalty if anybody does that. And it wasn't a thing about marking your ball and all that. It was just I had a brain fart, I guess it would, whatever you want to call it. Yeah,
Hey, you know what? Even the best rules guys make
that's right.
mistakes every once in a while.
Now to follow up on that though, what happens if you don't correct your mistake? And
Okay.
in stroke play, you have to correct that mistake before you tee off on the next hole or before you turn in your scorecard on the last hole. And in stroke play, it's a disqualification if you don't correct it. So that's important. I don't know on our tour if we do that. I mean, that is the USGA rule. I don't know if tour
Okay.
directors do that or not, but that is the.
They do because I've been DQ'd when I first started on tour for
Oh no,
turning
yeah,
in an incorrect scorecard. So it
yep,
does happen.
yeah,
Um, I mean, we try our best to follow as much of a USGA rules as we can.
right, right. And it cost me because I was only two. Hey, oh, maybe Tim
Hey,
there. Yeah. Hello, Tim.
how we doing? Sorry I'm late.
Great. That's great. That's okay.
Tisk tisk.
Yeah,
I
tis
We
know.
tis. If
we're
you
talking
played
about
an
hitting
extra
the
18,
wrong
you
ball.
played an extra 18, didn't you? That's
I've actually done that before.
Yeah, we're
um
talking about hitting the wrong ball, but that's Roger who hit the wrong ball.
Roger. Were you
yep.
using your clubs or borrowed clubs?
I remembered on the clubs. Well, yeah, mark the golf balls too. But yeah, hit a wrong ball on halfway through it. And I was gonna say I only missed the money by 4 strokes, so 2 of those strokes were those penalty strokes. So
Nice.
yeah. Um and it did get me thinking though, like for your handy, like you have to post that score. And
Right.
it's like 2 strokes that really weren't 2 strokes, but I mean, you don't have a choice. But it's
Right.
almost like, the handicap is all about your ability and the ability that I, messed up, but it wasn't really my playing ability. It's like, I think I should deduct those two, but what it is. Yeah.
Well, I agree with that because, you know, for those people that may be on the borderline, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, one stroke or one stroke could make a difference between changing a flight, let alone two strokes,
Right.
right? And
Sure.
especially if you know, let's just say you've got a high score coming off.
Right.
I mean, it could make a difference, but
Could make it. Yeah. But that's the way it is. Yep. And I actually looked up like why is it so severe, and it's all about fairness, and
right.
what about yeah. So it is what it is. So
That's
I
funny.
definitely learned my lesson, which I know you think I would have by now, but it was easy mistake.
That's
What
hilarious.
I don't
Yeah.
know if you all talked about this, but something came up over the weekend. Um, guy picked up guy Mark. He was on the green, marked his ball, picked his ball up. Then it was clean time for him to put the ball back down. He put the
Uh-huh.
ball back down and hit it accidentally. And instead of picking up the ball and placing it back, he took his putter and raked the ball back and put it back in place.
Huh.
Almost like
Well,
testing the green, or what?
Well, I mean, I get, I can, I wasn't there. I mean, but I can see it happening, right? I mean, so
yeah.
you knock your ball a couple feet away and just kind of roll it back and put it in spot without picking it up. But yeah,
Oh,
you're
right,
using your
without actually placing it is what you're saying.
right,
Right. Right.
and
Yep.
you're actually using your putter, hitting the
Right.
ball on the green. Um, I would say, what would you? I would say technically that's a penalty, right? Whether
Well, I'm thinking, and I'd have to look this up. The key is putting it back. If it goes back on the exact spot where it was through
Mhm.
whatever means you did that, and that is allowed.
Oh,
Like so I'm not sure about if you just moved it with your putter, or if there's a statement that says you have to actually place the ball with your hand.
okay.
And honestly, I don't know the answer to that. Yeah,
We'll get an
but
update
that
the next time we have
there
him
we
on
go.
there.
Yep. Speaking of update, I do recall the last session we had, and I haven't got a clarification on this. The next rules change. It might not be 2027, January 20. I said that last time. They may be
Wow.
extending it to 2028. Not, I know you're
Interesting.
going to mark your calendars for that. Everybody will stay up, Tom, that night to see what the rules changes are. But in case you have that marked, it may be extended to 2028, I heard. So,
It's interesting you bring that up because at a lot of tours are playing winter golf right now. Live clean place, and I've gotten questions of the tour does scorecard. Are we doing scorecard? And I'm like, no. The tour is different from USGA. We're doing USGA, so one club lane. But it's interesting that you bring that up because some people actually listen for the new rules or
oh,
pay
yeah.
attention to that stuff.
Right, right. Well, our tournament this past weekend, we did live clean in place, and we did do scorecard. Like it's up to the director. It's
Yeah.
whatever the director might say.
I say
So
play. You're
that's
playing
what
the ball
we do.
down. Play it down, man. Play
Just
golf.
play it down, right? Yeah.
But
Well, yeah.
no, I was gonna say as we talked earlier, I had a couple situations. One, uh, gentleman tees off. It goes, hits a tree. Don't know where it went. We have an idea where it could have gone. Hits a provisional. Okay, so we're not having to come back. And tops it. So now we got the provisional behind where we think the ball landed. The way we played it is you hit your provisional until you get to where the area you think your ball landed. If you find your ball, then you can play your original ball, no penalty. If you can't find it, at least you have your provisional that's advanced. Is that correct?
That's exactly correct. You can play your provisional up to the spot or after it's gone past where you think your original ball is. Yes, you did that exactly right. Yep. And
See, I
hopefully you
listen.
find the original. Yep.
Oh, we didn't, but at least I
Oh,
listened.
right. So we had another situation about provisionals. So really, you're not, when you know your ball is hit into a penalty area, a provisional ball is not allowed. Provisional ball is only allowed when you think it may be outside a penalty area, but there are times where a provisional ball could be in a penalty area or could be outside the penalty area. And if it could be, and that's could be outside the penalty area, you are allowed to hit a provisional ball. But if you know 100%, and the qualification is 95% certain that the ball's in a penalty area, then
Mhm.
by the rules, you're not authorized to hit a provisional ball. But what happened in our case was a player hit a ball towards what we found out was a penalty area because there were woods, and then beyond the woods there was water, but you couldn't see that water off the tee. And it's really two things I want to talk about. There was water behind the woods where we couldn't see, but right
Okay.
past the tree line. But there were no red stakes. So one person said, well, that's not a penalty area because there's no stakes, and that's not the case. By definition, and I use that
Mm.
term by definition because that's actually how they explain it in the rules.
Mhm.
Even if there are not red stakes there, but there's water there, that is a penalty area. Even if the red stakes aren't there, and the penalty area begins like where the slope of the water might start. But the question was, okay, I've hit a provisional. We didn't see where that provisional ended up. So we could not say you could use the penalty area rule, just do lateral relief 2 club lengths, because there wasn't a 95% qualification that ball was in the water. We thought it could very well have still just been in the woods because like
Uh-huh.
it was, a 200-yard drive.
Right.
We get out there. We don't really know where the ball is. It could have been in the water, but not all of us that
There's
were
no
searching
proof.
for it,
Right.
we're looking in the woods. So we're like, if you're really looking that hard for it in the woods, that must mean you think it
It's in the
could
woods.
really be in the woods. Yeah.
Right.
And it's just a lost ball. Right. So then if you had
Interesting.
hit that provisional, you could play the provisional. But it was somebody asking, well, why can't I just take penalty area relief? Well, because it was probably more 95% than it wasn't in the water. It was in
Right.
the woods
In
or
the
in the
woods.
leaves or, yeah.
Yeah.
So hope that makes sense. Yep.
Absolutely. And
So
and just if
that came up.
just don't hit the ball over there, or don't hit your provisional ball over there as well, and then just take your triple and go hold the
Right.
And move
flag.
on.
Oh yeah. Yep. Right. Yep. Keep play moving. Yep. So those are the only two that I had for this week.
Let me ask another one.
Yep.
Tim, you don't get to ask any now. You were late. You gotta wait.
I'm being punished. I get it. And trust me, I I was being punished, being on that other meeting anyway, so
Tim's holding the flag. Tim's holding the flag.
Yeah,
exactly.
he's on the flag for this one.
Yep.
A lot of guys, they do practice swings behind the ball. Let's say they don't go far enough. They do a practice swing. It hits the ball. Okay.
Right.
But then the ball rolls and it ends up being a good shot. Do you have to re-hit the ball now?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Well, I mean, yep. This is all about trust of the player.
Right.
There was no intent to hit that ball, even if it was a good miss-hit. But no, not even a miss-hit. A miss-hit sounds like you hit the
Like
ball.
you right.
Right.
Yeah. If it was a practice swing, you're going to have to replace that ball, take a 1-stroke penalty, and go on from there. Yep.
So it
Yeah.
is a penalty
Yep.
because it was accidental still?
Because you moved your ball at rest. Yeah.
Interesting.
Like exclude from the putting green. That's a whole different rule. Like if you accidentally hit your ball, like Tim had mentioned, somebody accidentally moved his ball on the putting green. If
Right.
you accidentally, you could have kicked it, you could have swung at it, you could have whatever you did. That's a penalty. Yep. Now, again, there's exceptions. If you're searching for a ball and you move
and
your
you move it.
ball during search, no, that's okay. There are certain exceptions, but if you're just doing what you described, it's definitely a penalty and one stroke and replace your ball.
Interesting. Well, good thing I got a 7 anyways.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we had a fun tournament. Our tournament this past Sunday. You know, most tournaments have skins games. What Lyle did this time, he just called it the birdie bash. So even if 5 people had a birdie on a hole, they didn't cut each other out. All 5 people got money for
Right.
making their birdie. So
Wow.
yeah, and so that it
I've
was
done that
good. Lot
before.
lot of money got paid out this weekend. It was a beautiful day. It was great. So. Not a whole lot of two playoffs also. We had Champ Flight had a playoff and B Flight had a playoff. And it was great. And we all watched them come in on the 18th green. So it was a fun time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Didn't
when
get
it,
any. Yeah. Go ahead.
I love when you can watch them, come in
Oh
on the
yeah.
18th and have everybody around and cheering them on and those types of things. That's a good atmosphere.
Oh yeah. And in the Champ Flight, one of our better well, they were both great players. Rolled it in for a birdie, so you can't be upset about getting beat by a birdie on the 18th
Exactly.
hole over water. Yeah, the whole thing. So it was nice. It was cool to watch. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Yep. So I hope you're doing good, Tim. I know you've been traveling and doing a lot of stuff. And
Yes. Let's just leave it at that. Yes.
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I've got. I think maybe I've got 2 weeks of being at home, and then back on the road for some things. So
Yeah.
it's
Our next
m- m-
outing is I don't know. I think it's three days in a row, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But we have the Tidewater Tour, the Richmond Tour, and then the DC Tour.
yeah.
And we have 3 different courses, 3 different days in a row, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And they're calling it the 3 Tour Challenge. And each event is an individual event, but they're all combined also for like which tour wins the 3 Tour
Mhm.
Challenge, like who does the best in it. So a lot of coordination between Cephas and Sean and Lyle. So should be a
Yeah.
good
Yeah,
time.
I love that you guys do that. It's an awesome idea, and the cooperation between the 3 tours is phenomenal, and I know the guys up there love it.
Oh yeah, it'll be great. Yeah, I've played probably the most early in the season that I've ever played on. Well, for quite a few years. Like I've got 5 events in already. We had 100. I think we had 112 players at our event on Sunday.
Wow.
So it's been good being able to play a lot so far this season.
Oh,
Yep. And I just got to study the rules some more so I don't get penalized again.
See,
Uh, Yep.
all right, Tim. You can have one question before we wrap it up.
no, I think the only question is, it's Masters Week is coming up here soon.
Yes, sir.
I
Got the Masters, huh?
I
Who you
don't want to
got?
be the guy when he's down, but I think Tiger won't be playing. But what do you think
Yeah.
for the Masters?
So a lot of people are thinking, and I know this is out there, Jordan Spieth is going to have a good week. So I don't know. I like watching him. So he's done. A lot of people thought he was like, they forgot about Jordan. Like but he's had a really good year so far, and he's having a good year. But you can't count out some of the top guys already. But I just like watching him, seeing how
Yeah.
he has that personality that is kind of quirky, and I think he's fun to watch.
Yeah, I'd like to see him do well. I mean, he's been injured the last couple of years and hasn't really regained, his forms. Same with Justin Thompson. Excuse me, Justin Thomas.
Yeah.
But you never know. Weather. I mean, it's still, as we're recording this, we're still a good ways out, but it should be nice.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Roger,
think
we
I-
appreciate you. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, I hope to get back there to work. I think I told you guys I worked it a couple of years ago, and I
Yeah.
sure hope to get back there maybe next year or the year after. Yep.
That'd
And
be nice.
yeah,
Yeah. We got to get Steve Kubik to help us out a little bit.
I want one of those gnomes this year. You seen the gnomes they got for this year? It's got an actual umbrella.
Yeah.
Oh, does it? Yeah.
What are you gonna do with that in El Paso though?
It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna hang it up. It's a master's gnome.
All right, I'll give you that.
Well,
I'll
Roger,
give you that.
we appreciate your time. We appreciate your rules. Make sure you check the golf balls moving forward for the rest of the season, please.
Will do. Thank you. Thank you. I will. Yep. I've learned my lesson for sure. I appreciate it, guys. I really do.
All right, bud.
All right.
All right, we'll talk
Thank
to you
you.
soon.
Talk to you soon. Let's take a break from the show to hear about Srixon's ZX Mark II drivers.
ZX Mark II drivers are for major players, major winners, major power. All new ZX Mark II drivers, only from Srixon.
Tim, even though you were a little late, Roger's always great to talk to. He's a great guy. He knows a bunch. Was a little disappointed that he hit the wrong ball, but it happens to the best of us.
Yeah, it does. Like I said, when I came on, I've done it. I mean, that's the importance of actually marking your ball and then checking it, right? And when
Right.
especially when you're giving the rules on the first tee box, if you're starting guys, the guys give you a hard time. Well, nobody else is using this ball. I said, okay, but you're responsible for knowing that you're
That's your
hitting
original
your own ball. So you might as well just go ahead and mark it and move
but
on.
see, but you didn't hear the part. Like, it wasn't mismarked. It's just him and his card guy were at the same distance every time. So when his card guy found his ball, he assumed it was his ball already, and he actually hit it 30 yards farther on that drive. So it was just, just a brain fart. It happens, but
Yeah,
like
it
you
happens.
said, I always check to make sure it's my ball because I don't want to get a
Yeah.
penalty. But it was great to have him back. We haven't had him back in a while. It was good to see him. He's trying to copy us with, the nice little border in the background with his
I
little
saw
tower
that.
back there.
I saw that talent there.
So we're making moves with our backgrounds.
Well, I think our next guest has got a good background too. But we let's not go there yet.
Yeah.
I was actually late. I was being penalized again. My work day my work day was actually extended a little bit. So I apologize for that lateness and the missing the beginning of that. But somebody's got to
Hey,
do it.
it's all good. It's all
Yeah.
good. We watch each other six.
Exactly. So what do we got
But
coming up the rest of the show?
yeah, so we got another guest. Like you mentioned, I think his background is might be a little bit cooler than ours, but not as cool, if that makes any sense.
No, it
Um,
doesn't. But that's
it
okay.
doesn't. I just, anyways, from the Minneapolis tour. Oh yeah. You see what happens when you give me the reins? I get too excited.
I'm leaving that in.
We got Matt from the Minneapolis tour. We always enjoy having him out here. There he is. Look at that background.
Hey, we're live. What's up, guys?
So let me ask you a question before we get started. When you're in the room that we put you in the room, can you hear what we're saying?
I don't know if I should divulge that so you can so you get busted when you're talking smack. No, yeah, I could hear you. I could hear you.
Well, okay. Well, I just want to know if you heard the your background is cooler than ours, but it's not as cool as ours. So that
Yes,
was a good
okay.
one.
I think I understand what you're talking about now, right? This guy here. It's
Yeah,
I like
see,
you guys' logo.
Matt, he gave me the reins today and said I'm in charge, and I be failing bad.
We're
You're
off the
doing a good
rails
job.
already, or what?
So yes, Lyle joining from the Tidewater tour director did that logo for us. He says I don't have a lot to
Okay.
work with, and this is the best I got.
He did a good
Nobody
job.
really
I
wants to
think it
look at my
looks great.
face, but he did. He really did.
So how you
That's
been, Matt?
funny.
What's going on? Talk to us.
Good. I'm good. I'm good. I actually, I almost was late to this because I was getting ready to do a little practice in here, and then I realized the time difference, and it was go time. So thank you for the heads up by texting me. I appreciate that. But other than that, we're good. We're really excited, dude, because
So are you in your shed with the?
yeah, we are. I can give you a little glimpse of what we're working with. I was getting ready to do a little practice sesh on the old sim, but now I'm in the corner talking to you
that.
So
guys.
awesome.
Oh, did I freeze up on you?
I want one of those so bad.
I could build you one.
Yeah, Matt, looking at your schedule, you're starting up pretty quick, a lot sooner than normal. Is that correct?
Yeah, generally we don't start till close to May a lot of times, and that's because one season we had I had something on the schedule for early April, and we got, it was maybe 3-4 days before the event, and we got hammered with snow. I think it was a full foot that time.
Wow.
And so, yeah, so you're right. This year, I wanted to go early because I got a big schedule this year. I'm trying to cram about 15 events in. So you're right. We're going early. April 11th is our first, coming up fast.
Well, tell us about that. Tell us about that course and the playability. This early in the season, because in a little bit I want to talk about some of the videos that you've been doing, which they make me laugh. Especially the one where you had all the snow. But what's the playability going to be like? And you're expecting a good sized field.
Yeah, so as far as the course, that's my home course. So our first event's Columbia Classic. It's at Columbia Golf Club. It's in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And like I said, that's my home track. So I'm partial. I love that place. But I was there the other day. Believe it or not, we were playing. It was like 65 degrees roughly.
Wow.
And I know, right? For us, that's a heat wave, dude. So that was really nice. But the course was looking good. It's got, it looks like we just came out of winter because we did, a few yellow spots. But overall, it's looking really good. The greens are looking good. And I think we're going to get a little bit of sun before the event. So hopefully it'll green up a touch before we get out there. But they're ready for us.
Are the balls just bouncing off the green, or are they holding pretty solid?
They're holding because the video he alluded to the other day, well, that wasn't that long ago when we got 10 inches of snow. So all that melted really quick. So everything's pretty soft. So, the greens are really receptive right now. So we should have some decent, well, I don't know how guys are going to shake the rust off, but it's the potential for some good scores out there.
So when you start playing, do you adjust the tees up a little bit closer, or are you keep them back like you normally would?
If for our first event, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was actually having this talk with a bunch of guys, and I said this year I'm probably going to be a little more generous with the tee boxes. I'm a champ flight player, so I always want to tip everything out. I want to play it. I want to play the course. I want to play all of the course, right?
Right.
And I think I lose sight of some of the, maybe C or D flight players, and I want to test them. But this year, I think I'm gonna move things up a little bit. The same way, for the regionals and nationals, he's not stretching you out further than you're used to. So I think this year we'll go a little closer to the front end of those tee box ranges. See how guys like that.
I like the thought on that, because to me it's mental for those guys, right? The reality is, for me, I don't care where you put the tee box. I'll double bogey from anywhere on the course. You can put me 150 yards out, and I'll find a way to make double bogey.
Hallelujah.
But it's really the mental aspect of it. Like if you could have a tee box that's like a 5-yard difference, and guys will lose their minds over that 5 yards, as opposed to just, okay, it's a it's a 315-yard par 4 as opposed to a 310-yard par 4, are you really going to play that hole really any different?
Yeah, right. It's really, you're right. It's between your ears at that point. I think
Right.
you're psyching yourself up or out,
Yeah.
depending. I
And
personally think that the course is easier from further back. The
well,
landing zones are more generous, and I don't hit it that far. So
yeah, but definitely
Oh,
for a guy like
stop.
you, a champ flight guy who really has a much better handle on their yardages. Where how far they hit a club, where they're going to hit it. They can control the shot a lot more, as opposed to a B or C or even a D flight player. They're just pulling driver. It could be a 220 yard par 4. You had no business pulling driver, but what are they going to do? I'm going for the green. Okay,
right.
go ahead, right? So that's where I think that, especially for you champ and the good A flight players, you're much smarter in which clubs you're pulling.
Mm-hmm.
We like to think so, anyways. I don't know. Sometimes not.
Well, I was looking at your handicap a little bit earlier ago. And what are you, like a minus 0.5, minus 0.4? Hey,
He's
Yeah,
minus
good.
0.4.
He's good.
they, we're gonna do something about that. Like I told you, we went and played the other day, and I was really excited. I was gonna post that score and work on getting that handicap up, and it told me I was out of season, so I couldn't post that.
Okay. I'm quite sure you're going to come to nationals with a much better handicap than a minus 0.4. Promise you.
That's the dream, anyways. I'd like it to be true. You get a
Uh-huh.
couple of really good scores on there, and it really
Mhm.
affects that handicap a lot, right?
It does.
And then it's tough to roll those off.
Mhm.
I'm a forgetful guy, so I'm guilty of not posting everything.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
don't know if USGA is listening to this or not. So I mean, just your club may get a phone call tomorrow.
All right, we've got an edit button on that thing, right? Just
Of course, of course.
Matt, so looking at your your tour website, you've been done a lot during the off season. A lot of videos. We got the Minnesota Minute on there.
I love it.
Tell us
Mhm.
what got you excited to do things like that?
I got to give you guys the props, man. The podcast, you started this thing, and I was like, man, that's a fantastic idea. And also just, the medium, right? My guys, I don't know, maybe they're not big readers, right? Nobody likes my emails. No one reads anything. I say,
Mhm.
guys, I sent you the email. You got all the information. And they're like, what are
Mm.
you talking about? I'm like, guys, please read the email. So I decided, well, you know what? Maybe they'll click play instead of read, and I can get the point across and get the information out, right? And maybe it'll be easier to swallow that way, you know. So that's basically why we started these videos, right? I'm
I
not sure
love
if they're helping or hurting.
Well, I like them. I mean, so I don't know if that means anything. Probably not.
I appreciate
I'm
that.
I'm not helping your registrations.
I
but,
said, well,
but I like them. I think it's a great idea. And again, it's just like anything else. You've got to go to where they are, and contact them the way that they want to be contacted. There's no sense in continuing to send emails that aren't being read.
right, absolutely. Yeah, and I mean, honestly, it's been a decent response, I guess. I think I've got 14 new members off of,
There you go.
I don't know if they're specifically related to those, but obviously I've been running some ads and a lot of Facebook work, and we're growing in members on the Facebook. So people are seeing it. They're becoming
Mhm.
members of the Facebook so they can at least
Right.
listen to what we have to say, and maybe that'll convert some guys down the road, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I will say, I've been doing a lot more videos on mine, player interviews, you name it. I've been trying to do it, and I've seen an uptick in membership just by that. Um,
Fantastic.
so I mean, I love it, dude. they make me laugh. You know, the video that Tim's alluding to with the snow. It was just like, man, I like the cold, but I don't want to be in that much snow. People get lost in that stuff.
Dude, I did. You said I cut it out, but it was blowing so hard that it knocked over the camera stand and everything. And it's a nightmare out here. I don't know why we do this.
Hey, I've told you before, you don't have to live up there. But I know you got to live somewhere,
know.
but you don't. And I know somebody has to live up there, but it doesn't necessarily have to be you.
I know, and I'm a golfer. What's my malfunction? Why am I here? I should come down where you guys are.
You really should. You really should. You know, I just noticed something. You know, on your I saw on your wheel of names, you got a member named Dennis Dreeland. He's
Yeah.
He's one of my former ones from Atlanta. He's got a brother in Tidewater. Dennis, I don't know if you've met him, but Dennis will be the guy. He will come out to every event.
And he does.
Yep.
And he does. And by the way, shout out to Dennis. Dennis, if you're watching, you're the man.
Uh-huh.
I can't wait to see you at Columbia.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And that's one of the good things, Chris. You know, you and I have talked about a lot. You know, you see names from places you've been or tours, and you know you can go. Pretty much go to any tour, and there's somebody up there that you know.
For sure.
Yeah, I just noticed that you guys, well, I forget where it was, maybe Arizona or somewhere, had an event recently, and I knew the winner of that one from, he's played here on our tour. He and I had been paired together on other, events out of my state. And then there was Vegas the same day. Another guy was on the leaderboard that I've met a bunch of times from playing at nationals and whatnot. So it's cool to see that, right?
Yeah. Do you I'm still stuck on your practice simulator there. Do you ever have guys over and do competitions or playing in there, or do you just keep it all to yourself?
I was hoarding it for the first year or so, but this year I've had some of the fellows over, and we've been because I had it set up a little different. I had couches in here, and it was just it was too tight. I don't have a ton of extra space, so
Right.
I switched over to chairs, and now I've got 3-4 chairs in here, so we can do 3 guys in here fairly comfortably. And so yeah, we've been doing a little bit of that
That's awesome.
this winter.
Nice.
Right.
That's so when I lived, I don't know if I told you this, but when I lived in Pennsylvania, I had a simulator, and I set it up in my garage. And when I told Jen that she had to start parking outside in the wintertime,
The
it didn't go
simulator
over
went
too well,
out.
but it didn't. No, it didn't go over too well. But
Like
she
a
parked
bag of
outside.
rocks, I bet.
And then when we moved, we had a detached garage, and I tried to put the simulator up. It actually had the garage actually had 2 floors, right? So you could park underneath, and I mean it was kind of tall, and then have the
Really?
simulator on the second floor. But it didn't have heat, and it didn't have air conditioners, so it did. But once we moved to that, it didn't get used.
Just
'Cause it was
install
the-
heat and air conditioner.
Easier said than done, my man.
Yes, yes. Yeah, okay. We'll
Okay.
have to do that.
Trust
tell you
me,
what,
we're working on it.
If I had put a space heater up there, I'd have caught the thing on fire. The whole thing would have been.
That's
know.
funny. It might have been worth it though.
Well, I wouldn't have been able to get out.
Oh, yeah, that would have been terrifying. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, because I mean, it was an old. I mean, number one, it was an old building. It was old brick building, but the wood in there was dry. I mean, dry as dry can be, and it had
kindling.
the stairs. They kind of fold up, like going up into an attic.
Oh,
And so, yeah,
it's a death trap.
10 seconds would have been all it took. The whole thing's up in
Right.
flames.
Jeez.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
so
working on
don't
it
do that.
here. I can tell you, in the summertime, it gets hot in here, boy. we got to get some air conditioning going because it's almost unusable, you know.
How hot?
Well, it's pretty humid and hot. I mean, our our idea of hot might
70
be
degrees.
different, but
Yeah.
yeah, right. I don't know. We'll get it done this summer though. We'll get AC in here.
So seriously, what's the humidity up there in the summertime?
It gets high, man. I mean, you're sweating hard. We have we have a couple seasons. It's well, they say winter in road construction, but you know, and that's pretty true. But it just gets muggy up here, you know.
Yeah.
And we don't got there's just one little window in here, so it
It
whatever
doesn't
temp
move.
it is in here, it stays. Yeah,
Right. It doesn't
Right.
move. It's just static.
Right.
And then let's just say you put 3 guys in there, swinging the club, and
Oh.
it's you jack that temperature up even further.
Yeah, absolutely. So
And the
we'll see.
computer heat and all of that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You take it all for
Understand.
granted, but it adds up
Mhm.
fast, right?
It really does.
Oh.
It really does. Let's get
Matt,
back to the
so-
schedule. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Chris.
No, I was on the same thing you're gonna say. Looking at your schedule, you do have it pretty packed. Give me a
Yeah.
couple of events that it's like, don't miss this event. You're not gonna be disappointed, and you want everybody to go over there.
We've got, like you said, we're pretty packed this year. We got 15 on the schedule. We got a lot of staples, a lot of courses we've been going to for many years, and we've added a few. So Troy Burn is always high on the list. Troy Burn's actually not even in Minnesota. It's in Hudson, Wisconsin, so it's just over the border. But it's just a fantastic golf course. It's always in great shape. It's beautiful. So that's one you really want to get to, Troy Burn. And then this year we changed up when we're doing our finale. It's a little outside the cities, Morton, Minnesota, and it's Dakota Ridge Golf Club. And this place is where they host qualifiers for the USAM, US Open and stuff like that. That's where our qualifiers are almost every year. And this place is fantastic. That's actually how I found out about it, obviously, trying to qualify for some stuff I wasn't quite ready to qualify for. But
Hey,
that
at least you
course
tried.
is great.
Matt, at least you tried.
I did.
I give you a lot of credit for that.
Right. We left it all out there.
Mm-hmm.
All the bogeys and a little bit of pride, maybe. But that's a big one. That's going to be a 2-day down there for our season finale. So I'm excited about that. That'll be a really good event to finish on this season.
Yeah. And I mean, even your kickoff, you have a pretty good amount already registered.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's got to be exciting. I'm pretty sure you're excited to get the show kicked off.
Yeah. I am absolutely. We're going all in. This year we're trying everything we can. I mean, really, I just got a new focus on trying to offer the best golf tour experience that we can. And unfortunately for me, that means this year I probably won't be playing in any of the events. I mean, it's tough to run and play and actually give guys what they deserve as far as a quality experience. And, I've been saying that for a few years now, but this year I'm actually going to put my money where my mouth is and just focus on running the events with my wife. And so I'll be clocking people at the turn. So no more of this slow play nonsense. We'll be on it. All right. I'm dishing out penalties, dude. I'm coming with the hammer. Don't come around here with that. Let's go. But no, yeah, I'm really excited for this season. I think this is going to be a great season. Like I said, we got a bunch of new members already. And Minnesota, our guys are, our summer's so short. Everybody waits till the last minute to sign up because maybe they're going fishing. They don't know what's going to come up, and we got to make everything count because we got such a short summer.
Right.
So guys we're a last minute city. So guys, hopefully we got 1 week left for our season opener. I actually am hoping we may even double in the amount of guys we're going to have for that event in the next week. So I'm really looking forward to this season. Very excited.
Well, again, you've got a good schedule, but I got to tell you, you're still missing that one course that we've been talking about for a couple of years. Still not on that.
Yeah, I love that place, but they're tough to get on, man. I mean, I don't have a $50,000 downstroke to be a member, so that's tough. Eventually, I think we will get on there. I mean, I'd love to do a regional here. Of course, that's the
Yeah.
one course that it's the only course anyone really knows outside
Right.
of Minnesota, right? We've got a
Mhm.
ton of great courses, but that's just the one that we get notoriety
You
for,
get
right?
over right, right.
You know, Hazeltine, obviously, for those that don't know what we're talking about.
But again, it's all kidding aside, you've got a really good schedule, and I like what you said and what you're doing, um, creating the best tour experience for the members. That's really what it's all about, and um, you can see some of the work already paying off in some of the things that you're doing with the new
Right.
members, you know, and whether they're coming because of the videos or some of the other things that you're doing on Facebook or not, the payoff is really going to be starting on April 11th at Columbia Golf
Uh-huh.
Club.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can't wait. I'm really pumped. I mean, we've been working hard this winter trying to trying to recruit and trying to get prepared for this season because we had a little mishap last year. I had left the tent and a bunch of our equipment, most of our equipment, in the bed of my pickup, and I didn't
Mhm.
lock the tailgate. And I don't live in a bad neighborhood, but some dirty rat came by and helped themselves to all of my stuff. They took our tent and all of our equipment. So we've been recollecting all these things, all the
Mhm.
closest to the pin markers and all the tournament day of stuff. But I'm excited because now it's all new, it's all fresh. We're ready to go.
Well, I'm not making light of it because I probably would have said a couple bad words, maybe one or two,
I've already said them.
but
Uh,
can you imagine when they got home and they started going through what she had, and they said, "What is God am I going
Dude,
to do with this?"
yeah, they thought they got a payday. They got
Uh,
nothing.
like,
It's only stuff that's valuable to me or maybe
right,
you guys.
right.
No one else. That's all that
There's
stuff's in the garbage. You know.
I've got this tent. I can't even use it. I mean, what?
I,
I got these things that you put in the ground. What am I gonna do with these?
Yep.
Maybe tape
Neat.
measures?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Couple of tape measures. Yeah. Well, if they're golfers, they got some tees and some, stuff like that. But I will say this: I've been keeping my eyes open around town for somebody having a barbecue, and they got a golf week tent in their backyard.
You
And
already
I'm gonna
know where
roll
who
up on
did
them.
it. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
Nice
How
tent.
funny
Where'd
would
you
that
get
be
that from?
if you
Me,
rolled
excuse
up?
me.
Hey, I've got another one. I got another one just like it if you want it.
Yeah, yeah. And they're giving these things away, so
Oh my
good lord.
god.
Yeah, that was a bummer. But I will say this: I'm also excited because we did something else this summer, or sorry, this winter. We picked up a trailer, and we're turning that into our basically hub of operations for tournaments. So we used to set up in the clubhouse or here or there,
Mhm.
whatever. But we've got,
Yeah.
I don't know, for lack of a better term, we got a concession trailer, but I call it the tournament trailer. So that's where
Okay.
guys will check in now. So
Mhm.
Maria's got her own. It's a base of operations. We're gonna pull that thing up, and you'll be able to see it from a mile away, and
That's
guys will
where
be
you
able to
check
check
in.
in there. Yeah, and we'll have monitors going. We'll have the live leaderboard there. We're all set up. It's gonna be great.
Send me a picture of that when you do that because I think that's a cool idea, and it takes away from everybody having to find you.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Because we did have that problem, and that was part of the catalyst for getting that was, you put the tent up on the first tee, and guys want to walk over there to check in, but
Mhm.
we're not checking in on the first tee. They don't know should they go through the front door. We don't like to set up outside usually because it's blowing your papers all over the
Right.
place. But yeah, so you're totally right. Well, you can't miss the trailer. It'll be easy. One stop shop. Everyone will know where to go every time, which will be convenient for everybody. So
That's cool.
Just start calling you Cephas.
No.
Cephas.
No.
What's
That's
his?
what
No. He's the guy
Cephas
who has an iPad, a
No, that's what
phone.
Cephas got. They've got they went and got a trailer just like that, and it's all branded out, and that's what they do. They do the exact same thing. I'm not talking about Cephas's
Outstanding.
cart.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Okay.
about the trailer.
I
I
need to
mean,
see pictures of these trailers because I
yeah.
that's a
Okay.
smart idea.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm excited about it. I'm putting finishing touches on it now. I was working on it all day today. So yeah,
That might be my my gambling chip with Dennis this Nationals. If I win, you buy me a trailer.
well, I tell you what, I'm selling them, so you worked me into that.
Well,
Hey,
I
well,
guess the only thing with the trailer is you better have it locked up and chained to something too, because I mean, if they're going
That's
to go into your
right.
tailgate, they're going to take your trailer.
Don't
And then you're
worry,
going to
we
see
got
Golfweek Amateur Tour trailer.
yeah, we got that air
selling hot
tag. Don't
dogs or
worry.
something.
All right.
Yeah. We'll be a little more careful with the locks on that boy. I tell you what.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Hey, well, last question, because you mentioned you're not going to play much. I do see
Yep.
you played regional in Louisiana. Any other events you might be considered going to, so that you're able to play in nationals? Because it'd be a shame to not see you on there on that leaderboard at nationals.
Oh man, no, the Nationals is the one time I get to go to a tournament and just be a player. So
Right.
I'll be there. So yeah, I'm actually thinking of doing was it the Firestone? I think that's gonna be the last
Yeah.
year. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
coming up here in about a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm looking at doing that one. And then God, I'm a bad director. I can't remember how many events I need, 4 or 5. But I've already got 2.
There you go. I think it's
So
3 or
we'll
4, but
yeah, right. I had 4 in my head for some reason.
your champ flight, I don't think it really matters.
Because
But
I can't bag anyone anyway.
right. But no, you'll enjoy Firestone. I was there last year. Tim, you're gonna miss out unless you go. But
I can't make it this year.
yeah,
Mm.
it's a blast, man. Get with Dennis afterwards.
Okay.
It's a good time. You'll enjoy that one for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I hear nothing but great things about that. Before we jump, I know we were talking about videos and stuff, and I just want to say, Chris, I saw the video. I don't know who your buddy is or your
Oh, the one I just
helper tour
posted?
director. The one where you're asking guys what they're going to shoot. That's so
Yep.
great. I called my wife down. I said, "Come look at this. This is fantastic." And I was going to tell you right now, I'm probably going to steal that gimmick.
Hey,
I got it.
I was sitting at the check-in table and it was just like, let's figure it out. Let's ask the question now, and I'll figure out how to pull this together later. And I
Right.
told Jordan, who's like my interim assistant, I guess you can say, I said, here's the mic, plug it into your phone, and just go ask random people what they think they're gonna shoot. He's like, why? I was like, I don't know, just do it.
Just do it.
Just get like a handful. I wanted like 5 guys.
Yeah.
He gets 11 guys to do this. I'm like, this video is gonna be way too long. And next day, just trying to make it, and it just, I enjoyed it. I had guys text me, man, that's savage, but it's hilarious. And great idea. So I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
it. I'm gonna keep going. It's fun, man. It's a lot of fun to do things like that. And again, it shows up on social media to some random golfer in the area, and he
Right.
sees it, and then he starts
Mhm.
following you, and who knows where it goes from there. So
Yeah.
just another thing. Feel free. Anybody who wants to use it, use it.
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate that because I really love that. That was fantastic. And a little brutal on some of those. My man says he's going to shoot 82. Yeah. 10 shots worse than that, but all right.
Hey,
That
there's
was
hope.
good.
Everybody's got to have some hope.
Yeah, absolutely. And that really does. The funny thing was it shows where guys' heads are, right? Before the round.
Yeah.
Where
Right.
some guys they think they're about to do it, and some guys are like, meh, who knows?
I was out late last night. I'm lucky I'm here.
Yeah. No, well,
Right.
if
Right.
you haven't seen that, one guy goes, well, because of what happened last night, it might be a high number, but I'm gonna go with like an 85.
Yeah, it's a smart call. If you would ask me that in Louisiana, I would have said, I hope to finish. I hope to finish.
You know what, Matt? Maybe we do that. We go play a Thursday round somewhere, all the directors, and then we do that after the directors meeting. All right, we had the
I'm-
directors meeting. What are you shooting today?
Oh my God.
I'm into that. Absolutely. That sounds great.
But again, Matt, I appreciate it. You're doing great work out there. Keep the videos up, man. It's awesome, and thank you for spending some time with us.
Hey, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thanks
bud.
for the kind words. Yeah.
All right. Have fun. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye. Let's take a break from the show to hear about Strixon's ZX Mark II irons.
A great iron set needs more than good looks. It's gotta be fast and gotta be pure. But good looks never hurt either. The all-new ZX Mark II irons from Strixon.
Tim, it seems like every year we get Matt on our show, and he's a great guy. He's a great guy to hang out with, especially in nationals. But he's doing some big things up there, and if you're in that area and you haven't gone to one of his events or even consider joining, right now would be the time because he's doing some great things. I can't wait to see this trailer he's built.
Yeah, Matt, number one, like you said, Matt's awesome. He's fun to hang out with. He's also a really good golfer, no matter what he tells you.
Right.
He's a really good stick. I love that he does all of his stuff out of his simulator shed. We do got to get him to put an air conditioner in there for summertime. I'm sure it gets pretty warm in the winter, but if you're in the upper Midwest, we're really anywhere in the country, but seriously in the Midwest, upper Midwest, and you got a free weekend. I mean, he's packing 15 tournaments in
In 3
over the
months,
course
4
of the
months.
summer, and get up there and really, really, really good courses. I think you and I have talked with a number of different tour directors, and the Midwest is really kind of a sleeper in terms of the quality of courses that people really have no idea about.
Right. Right. There are gems up there, but I think I might have to make a trip. I know my wife would love to go up there.
Mhm.
So it'd be fun. But he's doing great things, like I said. I mean, he's one of those that will ask questions on how bigger tours are making it better, which is cool
Mhm. Yeah.
because at some point those bigger tours were small tours, and they
Yep.
asked the bigger tours how they got better. So
Mhm.
I think that's what's great with all our tours, both Golf Week and Senior, is everyone's always looking to learn, whether you're the biggest tour we got or you're the smallest tour. Everyone wants to learn how to make it better. Um,
Mhm.
and I mean, it's not for their gain; it's for the type of tournament that we bring.
Absolutely. Right. And uh, I didn't realize he's been around as long as he has either as a
Right?
tour director.
He's been around as long as I have because I went
Yeah.
back and looked, and it was around the same time. And yeah, I think we were both nervous new directors at the first
Mhm.
national meeting, and then after that, we broke into our shell or broke out of our shell.
Yeah, I want to get back into my shell. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, but yeah, both of you have done really good things, but again, it just seems, we talk about this a lot, how time flies, and you don't realize how quickly that happens and how long people have been around. Um, i- it's insane.
Right. Yeah, it's wild. But it's why we do it.
Mhm.
And like I say every year, we start the year off, and then before you know it, it's nationals. And then you think you have 3 months off. At least for me, I think I have 3 months off, and you don't because now it's the holidays, and that goes by even quicker.
Mhm.
Um, so this is where, you and me both, we try to sprinkle in as much travel time for ourselves as we can. Um, and that puts us in spots like doing interviews in a hotel.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, and you're a trooper for doing that too. I mean, because number one, it's not easy. You got to find a decent space. It's not a bathroom. Um, shout out
Yeah, to Louisiana.
to Louisiana. Uh, and
Even though, on a side note, I almost had to do my tournament interviews in the bathroom. Luckily, there was a locker room. We did it in the locker room. But if you'd have seen that setup, you would have laughed your head off.
oh, see, sometimes we just zip it up and we don't even want to talk about it. Uh,
Gotta give Gina and them some love because
yeah, we
man,
do.
that was funny.
It was very funny.
A hoot.
But again, it's a really shout out to you to be able to find places, especially with the travel schedules that we've both been on, and the dedication that you've got to making sure that we get these episodes out to to the listeners, and so they know what's going on. But
Right.
really, actually, every week is a big week with Golf Week, and I brought up earlier the idea of it's now Masters Week, um, second best golf tournament of the year, and
Subject to who you talk to, which host you talk to.
and then Heritage Week here on the island, which, as everybody knows, it's it's one of the two best times of the year to be here on the island. The economic impact that the tour brings, and we got to get the mayor on here real soon. I'm surprised we haven't gotten him on yet, but he'll tell you that the island pretty much shuts down the week of the Heritage. There's no business that goes on. The island is packed with people, golfers, tourists, people just here on the island having a good time. It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. One of these days I'll have to make myself out there because I've never been to a professional golf tournament, except for on this trip. Out of the blue, I found out Billy was also in San Antonio, and he's a member of TPC San Antonio, and they have the Valero Texas Open this weekend. And he was like, "Hey, you want to go for the morning session?" I was like, "Let me ask my wife," and she let me go. And that was the first ever PGA tournament I've ever been to,
How about
and
that?
it was a lot of fun following Jordan Spieth around, and Billy Horschel winked at us, so it was a good time. And it's like, you see these guys on TV, and it's like, it's just golf. But when you're out there and you actually see them,
Mhm.
and how they interact with the crowd, sometimes it was pretty cool. So I saw Tom Kim out there make a putt.
How about that?
He's one of my favorites now after the TGL and how excited he gets.
Mhm.
Um, so I might have to start making some tournaments, because I had a blast. It was pretty cool. I didn't think it would be a setup the way it was.
Yeah, it's very different. Obviously, it's very different than watching on TV, just like any other sport. But you know, especially with golf, being able to walk the grounds and see the different holes, and kind of get a feel of the true layout of a course. And once you go to a course where they play a PGA event, you don't ever look at it the same when you watch it on TV. And um, you haven't been to the Masters yet, and so we're working on
Yeah,
getting you there. But
I need to get
I'm
there.
telling you, Augusta is one of those courses where you say, "Wow." Um, TV doesn't do it justice, and as beautiful as it looks on TV does not do it justice, and with the elevation changes and the actual course layout and the shapes of some of these holes, and you go and you stand where you've seen some really incredible shots hit,
Right.
you say when you see it on TV, you say, "Wow, that's an incredible shot." But then when you go and you actually stand and you see where they actually
It did
hit it, you're like, "Oh my god, that's that's a freaking phenomenal shot," you know, like standing in the woods where Bubba Watson hit that shot to win in the playoff. And when
right.
you go and you stand and you stand where he was and where he hit the ball, you're like, "You got to be kidding me!
Oh,
You
I
got to
believe
freaking
it.
be kidding me!" Um, and you walk the course with the elevation changes. Um, it really is phenomenal. And we talked to Matt. I went to the Ryder Cup at Hazeltine. Um, I don't know if I told you the story. I had a student who did an internship with the with PGA,
Right.
specifically with the Ryder Cup, and obviously he took care of me. He got me passes, um, and so I used airfare miles for me and Jen. I used hotel points to stay in a hotel. I paid for rental car and bought my food. And let me tell you what, going to Hazeltine was absolutely phenomenal. Um, I spent every day there, walking the grounds, and Hazeltine is a it's a massive complex, massive. Uh, and when you're sitting, you know, Sunday we decided to sit at the green on hole 17. Um, and we just pretty much stayed there. But the rest of the time we walked around. But sitting at the green on hole 17, and you hear the roars of the crowd, just like in
Right.
Augusta. I mean, the ground shakes. It's absolutely amazing.
Well, no, Jordan Spieth's group, you just see the gallery come like an ocean, just come and sweep over a
Mm-hmm.
hole, and then he holes out, and then he just walks off and leaves, and the other guys are still trying to putt. And I'm like, man, it must feel terrible that this whole group's left because Jordan Spieth just holed out and they're trying to get to that first tee, or the next tee box.
Yeah, they want to be first in line, right? And that's the
Right.
it's amazing. But who do you like in the Masters? Because I know that's your tournament, and I give people a hard time. Hey, back up for those that don't know. It's not that I don't love the Masters. But for me, the U.S. Open is the number one for any number of reasons, and we'll talk about it as we get closer to that. But it's it's our national championship, and it's always held on Father's Day, and to me,
Yeah.
that's why I elevate that. But I know the Masters is important to you, so who do you like?
Obviously Scotty's one to like, but he's been off for a while. I'm pretty sure he's been practicing, but Scotty can turn it on and off whenever he wants. It seems recently. I like to see, Tommy Fleetwood. I'd like to see him come out with a good round. If Tony Finau can win this weekend at Valero and he gets in, I'd like to see him have a good round. I want to see one of those guys that, their name is known, but they're not as famous as a Rory or a Tiger or a Scotty. One of those guys
Mm-hmm.
come out and win. It's time for some new blood to come in, for that next generation to come in and win. I just want to see some good golf, honestly. I don't want to see a blowout. I wanted to see it come down to hole 17, 18, 16, 17, 18, and come down to the wire.
Okay, all right. But it kind of surprised me. The first person out of your mouth is an American. I mean, come on now. We can't we can't have these foreigners coming over winning our tournaments, man.
No, we can't. There's Tom Kim. If I have to look at the whole roster. I don't have the roster in front of me.
Mm,
Tom Kim would be cool to see win if he's playing.
yeah.
I just like his excitement. He's just always. I watched the TGL to see if Tiger's gonna hit a shot or something, but his excitement on every shot and kind of pumping up his teammates
Mm-hmm.
really made me like him, because he's to have fun with the game, not take it too serious.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Tiger hasn't been a factor for a few years, and again, I mentioned this when Roger was on. This is definitely not kicking him when he's down, and hopefully he gets the help that he needs. Right?
Right.
That doesn't have anything to do with this, but this is going to be a different Masters, because this is going to be the first time in forever that both Tiger and Phil Mickelson aren't going to be in the field.
Right.
In
I mean,
a
when you say
long
forever,
time. It's it's I mean, long time, right? So 26 years, 27 years, whatever it is, and so it's not that either one of them are really a factor, but I think that maybe this is really a a changing of the guard.
right. I mean, and it's one of those things, like, it's nice to see him out there.
Mm-hmm.
There was one year that Phil came out and had a great 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good to see it. The Masters, I think any of the majors, anyone can come out and have a great 4 days of
Mm-hmm.
golf. I mean, that's what these guys prepare for, right?
Right.
Um, but like you said, it is kind of a changing of the guards. We still have, God, what is his name? I can't think of it right now. I mean, there's a couple golfers, Freddie Couples, that goes out and plays.
Yeah.
He's not going to be a factor, but he goes out because he loves the tournament and he wants
Mm-hmm.
to play, and he basically has a chance to do something, whether it's for one day and have a great round one day. Just show the fans there that, hey, this is who I was, this is who I am now, and come take your mental pictures, because there's no cameras allowed on the grounds.
Yeah.
But have a good time, and that's what's cool about it.
Yeah. And there's just something about the being on grounds and the feeling that you get, right? Because it's it's a different feeling. I mean, when you pull up and you park and you go through the gates and you come around the corner and you see number one right in front of you, and it's just a completely different feeling. And
Yeah.
I kind of liken it to if you're a fan of a favorite team, right, and you go to the stadium to see the game or
Right.
whatever it is, it's a completely different feeling than watching it on TV, and um, and seeing these guys. I mean, you really can get up close, and of all the tournaments, and you mentioned this, you can't have your camera, you can't have your
Right.
phone, and so you're literally. I mean, there are no distractions. I mean, you're just there and in it and a part of it, and there's something to that.
Right. I wonder if they'll let meta glasses in, because that'd be kind of interesting. They're technically not a phone. And
or but maybe I don't know. Um, it's but it's I've been twice. I've been blessed to go twice, and both times, um, obviously phenomenal. Obviously a lot of fun. Um, and it's just one of those things that you can't replicate.
no, I understand. I mean, and like you mentioned, it's cool when you play a course that the pros play, like TPC Scottsdale. When I go up there and they look at it, it's like, man, these fairways are wide. When you look at it on TV and they make them look so thin, and these
Yeah.
guys are
Oh, they're
still hitting
tiny.
fairways.
Yeah, they're
And I'm
tiny.
just like, it doesn't make any sense. But it's cool to see, like specifically that course. You go and you find the boulder that the crowd moved for Tiger. And it's got that big plaque on there, and you're just like, wow, he hit it from here. Like you said, he hit it from here all the way, towards the green. And he had to get, 20 guys to help just move this boulder
Yeah,
3 inches.
it's crazy, isn't it?
It's wild. Wild to even think about.
Well, I just pulled up the odds for people winning it. Tony Finau 101.
Or he's gonna make it. He needs to win this weekend to make it, or he's not in.
Let's see.
Well, even like as you're looking at
See-
that, TPC Sawgrass, I played that one, and I hit the green on the island green. I'm like, this is easy. And you see these pros just hooking them to the water or falling short, and you're like, okay. I mean, I hit the green, I parred it. Not that hard, guys.
Yeah, but which tee did you hit it from, and what club did you use?
We hit it near the PGA tees, and I hit like
Okay.
a 3-wood.
That's awesome. Oh, but that's the fun of it, though, right? I mean, that's just the
Right.
fun of it.
Right.
I know I told the story. Jen and I used to go to Scottsdale all the time, and a friend was a teaching pro, and we would always go play with him out at TPC Scottsdale, and we'd always play the tees as far back as you could, right? As far back, not just on the tee box, but as far back. And the guy that was our friend that was a teaching pro, I never saw him ever be over par, like after the round, right? And this is in the summertime, so I mean they got the fairways open. It's not
Right.
the tight piece, but I mean, and I'd be lucky if I would break 90 from that far back. But it's the fun, it's the
It's
experience
yeah,
of it,
for
and
sure.
that's really what it's about. So, but anyway, what do you got going on? I know you're in Houston for a wedding this week, and what do you got? What tournaments you got coming up?
The weekend coming up, we have a small, small is not the right word. We have a tournament for a country club in the area that sits right on the border of Texas and New Mexico, and Anthony, New Mexico. That my members have been trying to get me to put on the schedule. So we got that on, luckily. So we're going to play that one, which is going to be fun. And then my mistake is I put it on Sunday of Masters. So we'll see how that
What
turns
are
out.
you thinking, dude?
I know. I wasn't thinking when I put it on there. But, well, because of all this travel, like it would have been this weekend, but because of the travel, we had to move things around. It happens every once in a while. But anyways, plan is to watch, the last 4 or 5 holes in the clubhouse where we do awards and have a good time. We're going to make it special. Anyways, don't scold me anymore, Mom.
Well, remember, it was a few years ago, and I can't remember which one did this, but somebody did a tournament on Easter.
Yes.
Come on, dude. It was, dude.
Yes, I remember that. I'm not that bad, okay? At least I had the holidays. Mother's
And
Day, no.
And yes, I'm pointing out because I know we're going to hell, but I want to make sure everybody else knows that we're not the only knuckleheads around.
We try, man. We try. Sometimes it slips. I'll tell you, it would have been this weekend, but the wedding, it was like, okay, I got to push it back. Can't have 3 weeks off because
You
then
can't.
guys forget.
Mhm.
I mean,
And then
scheduling isn't just putting tournaments out. Like, you have to be strategic
very
about it.
strategic. Because like you said, if you're 3 weeks off, that means you're almost 3 weeks back to back to back if you want to get everything in. And that
Right.
you 100% can't do that because, you can't be gone 3 weekends in a row and expect to keep your numbers up because people,
Right.
not many people can do that.
Right. It's a science. So,
Right.
if you're listening to this, thank your directors because it's not a matter of, hey, here's the schedule, let's throw it out there. Like, when we're making that schedule and having to get with courses, and they're like, oh, we're booked that week. Okay, well, what about this day? Yeah, okay, let me call this other course, see if I can move them because you're booked. It takes a science.
Yeah, it really does.
But anyway, so we got that. And at the end of the month, April, we have another course in town, Horizon Golf Course, which is not one of my favorites, to be honest with you. But everybody loves it. It's always in the best shape. It doesn't fit. You know how courses fit your eye? This
Yeah.
one just does not fit my eye. Then we'll go out to Albuquerque for a new course that I added that everybody is so excited for me to add. Kind of all the way up New Mexico, on the Indian Reserve, and can't wait to see how that one goes. I'm excited for it.
It's awesome.
So
Awesome.
not traveling all in April, just like you said.
Yeah. Yeah.
As of now.
As of now, that's the key with me is it's as of now. But yeah, I got to I got to stay home and sleep in my bed for a little bit. It's exhausting. But anyway, well, look, my friend, it's good seeing you. Have fun tonight.
Appreciate you.
And travel safely home and have a happy Easter and best to family.
Wait. You didn't give me your pick for Masters. You asked for my pick.
Oh boy, I'd like to see Jordan Spieth do well. He's been injured the last couple of years and has really kind of fallen off a little bit. Justin Thomas, like to see do well. I'm like you. I like Tony Finau. I like Sahith Theegala. Some of those younger guys. But they generally don't have a good history of doing well there.
Right.
But like you said, it's you never know. I mean, you can get hot. But the other thing that I do like is it seems recently over the last couple of years you've had an amateur really kind of sneak up on people and not just make the cut, but
Have a
and
good
I'm not saying
weekend.
be in contention, but have good weekends, right?
Right.
And finish strong because that's to me that's just good to see.
Right.
And so I am pulling. I don't know which amateur because obviously I don't follow that very closely, but I am pulling for an amateur to make a cut and do really well this week. The weekend of Masters. So yeah,
You know who just popped in my head? Ludwig?
Aberg.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
pronounce his last name. We saw him out there, and he's tall.
Is he?
Is tall. Yeah. So it'd be nice to
We-
see him do good.
Well,
I know he did good the last
He's
couple
16
years.
to 1. He's
Yeah,
16 to
he's-
1. So, but Scotty's plus 400. And here's the thing, I don't know what that means. Now I know what, so like I know what 10 to 1 means, right?
Right.
I mean, I understand that, but I don't understand the plus 400 plus, and so Roy's
Well,
plus 900.
That's a conversation for another episode.
All right, we'll do that.
We're all degenerates as it is. We can't be
Can't be talking
can't be
about that.
converting more. Yeah.
And let me I know I got you into one pool last year. Did I get you into 2 pools last year for this?
A couple of them.
Yeah. So if you don't get those emails, because I know I got one yesterday. If you don't get them by Monday, let me know,
Okay.
and I'll send them
Or
over
just
to you.
send them to me anyways.
All right.
Because yeah, like I said, we're all degenerates when it comes to that.
I haven't got the big one yet, and actually the first year that I was in that, I finished in the money. I didn't win the big money, but I was like 9th or 10th. So you
get something.
Get something. But I mean, I'm not saying winning first is life changing, but
It's year changing.
it is. It absolutely is. But we shouldn't even be talking about it because they're listening.
Well, I mean the college
They
basketball
already
one.
cut it off. They already cut it off.
The college basketball one. If Michigan wins, I might have a chance. So we'll see.
We'll say I'm out, man. So after the first day, you said I was doing good. I said give it time, and I don't think I may have like one team left. I'm done. I quit watching.
That's why it's called March Madness. Anything can happen.
Exactly. All right, my friend. You enjoy it.
We'll talk.
All right, buddy.
But I'm glad. I hope I did good for my first episode taking charge.
You did awesome. You didn't stop the recording or nothing.
All right, partner.
All right,
We'll
buddy.
talk soon.
All right, buddy. Bye.